Little black dress coming your way, a little different than others you've seen. This one is a maxi at my husband's request. It's a type of anniversary dress. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from liftingpinsandneedles.com. Welcome to this channel that is all about sewing, limitless sewing. This time I have a really special dress to share. Special because I made it for a special day, which is my wedding anniversary. I try to make a special dress every year. Usually hubby and I go out to have lunch, nothing fancy, just around here, one of the nearby towns. And I'm usually wearing a dress anyway. It's not a foreign type of item for me to wear. I'm not getting dressed up in a gown, nothing like that. It's usually just a really wearable daytime dress that I can enjoy, that's a little different. And this time I asked my husband if he wanted it short like I usually wear or long. I did give him that option because this year I have sewn a few maxi styles, which was definitely something I hadn't worn. Actually, I stopped wearing maxi dresses and skirts even before getting married, so it's a pretty foreign style for my husband to see me in. 21 years. We got married in 2002, so it has been a pretty long time. I was 23 years old back then, I'm 44 right now, and I'm really, really grateful to reach this milestone. The dress I'm using is a tempo from Love Notions. Apart from this tempo dress, there is a little girl's version too. That one is also $5 today, Friday. So if you like this style for a little girl that you sew for, go ahead and grab it as well because it's amazing. It's exactly the same, just for little girls. Because I am a Love Notions ambassador, I do know what the Feature Friday content is way in advance. So I'm always thinking ahead, and I always knew I wanted to have a little black dress in this style because it's amazing. It's a sundress that is bra friendly, so everyone can wear it no matter how wide your bra straps are. They are going to be covered with this strap. And a lot of you might think, you know, it's a woven dress, it's a fitted bodice, it might be uncomfortable. Nope, because there's a little trick, and it's a shirred panel at the back. Because it's shirred and it's sewn with an elastic thread, you have all this area at the back that's really forgiving and feels really, really comfortable. So no matter if your body increases or decreases an inch or two, you'll still be able to put it on and wear it and feel really comfortable. When you sit, that expands a little bit and just moves with you. In essence, it functions like you'd had a piece of knit fabric that stretches at the back, but it's made out of woven and it's incredibly comfortable. The bodice hits the waist, and under that you have a skirt that's gathered, but it's not super gathered. It's not a whole lot. I think it's not too bulky at all. It just skims over your tummy area. You can make it short, or you can add second T and make it long. You have bust studs there for shaping, a standard bust, a full bust. Inside it's finished with facings that are interfaced. Really, really cool sewing technique. I already have content about this pattern. You can see how to sew it. And I've shown the technique as per the pattern with the facing. And I've also shown the technique of fully lining the bodice, which would be my first choice if I'm working with a really lightweight fabric. Why would I want to work with a lightweight fabric? Because I want the flowiness on the skirt. In essence, the bodice would do so much better if it was something a little bit more structured, a little heavier, and then the facings would work really, really well. But then you could have a little bit of the bulk of that type of fabric on the gathers around the waist. So I sort of try to balance that out by still using a lightweight fabric, but instead of using the facing, I just fully line the bodice with the same fabric, and then I get this amazing extra structure where it needs it at the bodice, and I still get the flowiness of the skirt. And that's how I've made my first two dresses. For all of them, because I'm lining them, I still interface the upper area of the bodice for the main layer. So that's something extra that I do to create more stability there. And then the lining layer is not interfaced. I also lower my bust start. I have to lengthen my bodice a little bit. I'm just a little bit taller. So I have gone over fitting, sizing, fabric, all of that already. The first one is navy background with a print. Quite a nice print in my opinion, quite bold. You would really stand out. And it is just a poly crepe, 100% polyester, but it feels really amazing and light on the skin, really soft as well. I like to touch them because not every polyester fabric feels the same on the skin. And from the inside, you can see how the bodice is fully lined. I do a different technique with the shirred panel. I don't want that elastic thread to touch my skin, be a bit sensitive to the elastic there. So my shirred panel double the length and then fold it onto itself, and then I get a double panel that's shirred, and that way I get fabric on the inside as well. So that has worked really well. And it's amazing. Let's just see it on styled as of currently right now. This is one of the tempo dresses I made when the pattern was released back in 2021. This is a lightweight crepe material, 100% polyester, but feels really nice on the skin. It's very floaty, very drapey. The bodice is lined like all of my tempo dresses. No pockets on this one. And up closer, you're gonna see I've got a fake button placket all the way from the bodice down to the skirt. Short, above the knee, love it. One of the colors in the print is actually very close to my skin tone, so I chose that for my shoes. Makes the legs look longer, and it's in this print. That's the color I've chosen for the accessories here. Very simple. Very busy print. The bodice seam hits the waist right there. It's even on the front and the back. There's no sway back situation. Here is the shirt area that I always do double right there. Very comfortable. There's only a small amount of gathering on the skirt. It doesn't create any bulk. Maybe you can see my fake button placket there. I've got tan colored buttons. I think this neckline is modest in the grand scheme of things. I'm not showing cleavage, anything. Straps cover the bra. I think the coverage on the back is also very acceptable. I don't feel exposed. And it's just so fresh. I think this is one of the prettiest dresses that I own. Love the navy with the bright orange. The orange is not a great color for me, but it's sort of a secondary color in the print, so I'm still quite happy with it. And I just love the floatiness. My other dress is an amazing dress, if I say so myself. It's one that took a long time to sew. Not because it's hard to sew, but because of the fabric choice. Rayon, 100% lightweight, it's amazing, but the print was just one that's so unique. I took ages, and I'm talking about hours, maybe even days, to try to figure out how I was going to cut it and how this print was going to go on the dress, because parts of the fabric had humongous prints on it. So I couldn't just cut them randomly and hope for the best. No, it had to be very, very well thought out. I used much more yardage than I would have used if it was a regular fabric. I did all the extra things here. I did French seams inside. I even sewed this inseam pockets there just so I could have a tutorial so you can see how to do them with French seams. It's a beautiful technique. It looks amazing on the inside, and it's something I wouldn't really do for my own sewing. If I wasn't on YouTube, I would not have the pockets there because I just don't like pockets. But these are okay. These are okay because they are anchored onto the seam of the bodice, so it's not like they're flopping around fully just on the inseam like other styles are that don't have a bodice seam. Have a look at my tutorial on how to do that there because it's on a separate video. It is a general technique you can do with any other inseam pocket if you do want to do the French seams. This is another one of the tempo dresses I made when the pattern was released. This is 100% rayon. The fabric here was amazing. It had an incredible print that was just different all around the fabric. So I had a lot of time figuring out how I want this to look. And it's above the knee. It's all my style. It has all the colors I need. I kept the same shoes and handbag that I used with the navy dress because, again, I have that same type of beige that matches my skin tone. Makes the legs look longer. Why not? So I'm doing that here for the accessories, although I have worn this with black as well and with red. I pulled out all the stops in sewing this one. It's all French seams inside. I even have side seam pockets with French seams. I only did that for a tutorial though. I would usually not have pockets in my dresses. Floaty and light, feels like I have nothing on. And I love the length right here. Look at this print here. So striking, same as on the back. Nothing else to say, but that I feel like a million of whatever currency you use when I put this on. It's just amazing. Totally my style. Love the neckline, straps. It's just a style that I really enjoy, and this is a special one. Check out the really unique fabric placement here. The flowers are on my upper chest. They're not down here where my apex is, so that's good. This is a one-of-a-kind dress. No one's gonna have one like this. No bra straps to be seen. This is truly a special dress just because of the print, the fabric placement, and the way the fabric feels on the body. And it's just so striking. I love it. I just absolutely love this dress, the colors, everything about it. For the version I made last year, I didn't make a dress. And for the first time, because I used a fabric that's a little heavier, a bit more structured, linen cotton blend, I did just use the facings and I didn't line my bodice inside like I did my other lightweight dresses. Instead of doing the skirt, I used the same pieces, everything the same. I just made it shorter, and it's a bit of a peplum top. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this one so much. And just for fun, I took those side bust darts and converted them to princess seams. I have a full video on how I did that. So it was a very, very easy conversion. If you want to play around with that, I also have that content on the channel for you that you can use. I made this modification of the tempo last year, and it's not an official view of the pattern. I just cut the skirt a lot shorter, and let's call it a peplum top. This is a cotton linen blend. The print is really unique. It's a little hard to style because of the combination of colors. I think the white jeans work really well, especially for summer. There is a little bit of white in the print, so I just used all white shoes, bags, pants, everything. No need to tuck this in, and I feel really good. We just have a little short skirt rather than the one that goes above the knee. Look at those flowers behind me. So beautiful, purple and white tones. Same comfortable and cover as the others. That's what's great about repeating a pattern. You already know how it fits. You can just change the look, the fabric. And this is a little shorter, it's a peplum, so it is not the same as the others. I was shirring at the back as usual, and it's just a really lovely, unique top. Absolutely love it. Now the next one is a maxi, as I mentioned. It's black. I chose a fabric that is a very safe fabric for me. It's a rayon linen blend. There's only 15% linen in the blend, so it's mainly rayon, very floaty, easy to work with. And I made a small change because I don't want to do the shirred panel. Instead, I'm just going to use a panel made out of really heavy knit fabric. That's going to replace the shirred panel, and it's going to work in the same functionality. That will just give you that give on the back. So I'm basically replacing the shirring for a piece of knit fabric that's also black. So it's not going to stand out much. I think it's going to be amazing. I'm using the same skirt, but just making it longer. I do not want to do a second tier. I'm not much of a fan of tiered dresses like that. I have tried some, but if it's going to be long, I'd rather it just be a simple skirt. I'm adding a center seam so that I can do an opening, like a center front slit. I think I really enjoy that, and it will let some air in and let me show my legs a little bit. Won't be that high up, but at least to the knee. So let me just show you a little bit about this knit panel that I'm adding, and it's so easy, you can do it too. When you're doing your shirring, you have this piece basically that you shirr all like this, and then it just ends up tiny. And you have a template to sort of cut it out once you've shirred this piece. That is the template, so once all that is shirred, you can put that on top, trim off the excess and have your piece. You can also use this template if you buy pre-shirred fabric that I know a lot of people have used on the back as well. That's even easier because you don't have to do all the shirring, it's already done. So this is a template I'm going to use to cut my panel of knit fabric at the back. The only thing I've done different here is adjust the length on the top. My bodice is a little longer. This is supposed to be folded in by 3/8, but I want to fold it in by 1 inch. So I just calculated how much extra I needed to have in comparison to the piece that's going to come here on the side. This is my back, that's the side seam. This is the part that's going to go sewn onto there. You can see the seam allowance says 3/8. So I want this one, after that fold is done, to reach that little mark right there, and it will all be even at the bottom. So basically I want to hem this on the top before enclosing it between these two layers, and then everything's going to be even all the way around the top. The fabric I'm going to use on the back, and it's a super heavy weight athletic knit. It's very heavy, one of the heaviest ones that I have. It's got at least 13 or 14% spandex, and the rest is a polyamide, so it's very structured, amazing recovery. It'll be nice and stretchy at the back while also looking sort of like a woven. It won't flop. One layer will be enough. This is the piece of knit that I'm going to use. I have already cut it out according to the template. I have already serged the top. All I'm going to do is fold that under and twin needle it. That will allow that to stretch against my body, and that's how the top is going to be finished. And then this is what is going to be enclosed. I have 2 layers, the lining, and I've already shown how to do that on my previous video about this. So just pretend this is the shirred panel. This is just a knit. The way you put it in between the side pieces is going to be exactly the same. This is my latest tempo dress. It's my anniversary dress, 21 years of marriage. And at the request of my husband, I made this one with a long skirt. I didn't add the second tier because that would be the original long skirt for this dress. I just lengthened the first tee. I just prefer a more cleaner look without all the bulk at the bottom. I love a little black dress, and I'd never had a long one like this one ever in my whole life. And this is just the floatiest, dreamiest thing ever. I love the fit. I've made it before, so there was no anxiety around that. I knew it was going to be amazing. The skirt was just longer. It was so easy. I added a center front seam so I can have a little bit of a slit just to show my leg from the knee down, nothing too much, and I'm very happy. Simple styling, gorgeous heels. Of course I could wear flats, but this is just the way I wanted to put this together now. Rayon linen blend, floaty heaven, love it. Bodice seam, no surprise there, it all fits really good. Gathered skirt, this type of light fabric tolerates the gathers very well, and it doesn't create any bulk, I find. The back, instead of having the shirred panel, has a knit panel, which is amazing. I've always loved this type of neckline. It just makes me feel very good. It's a quite feminine neckline and it feels very me. And the strap is amazing, will cover any bra. All good. This is a lightweight fabric, so to keep it consistent, it is a fully lined bodice with the same fabric inside. All the top area of the bodice is interfaced, but the lining layer isn't. No shirred panel at the back, just a piece of really good quality knit fabric right there that replaces that, and it gives you that stretch if you want it. Love it. With this one, I used the bodice that has the princess seams here. Because of the black fabric, you probably won't see them, but they are there. Can't wait for hubby to see it. I always show him all my makes and he's always proud, and I'm very proud of this one. And yeah, I know he's gonna love it because he requested it. Totally husband approved. He wanted the long black dress, but I suppose he's never seen me in anything like it, so that's what I'm gonna be wearing for my anniversary lunch. Still a very nice wearable daytime dress, and I'm in the middle of winter. It's still pretty hot out there. I can still rock my sundress, and I'm very happy to have another style in black because I like having little black dresses. I have a few in different styles with different types of fabrics, and I did not have one like this one, so I'm glad. Tempo fits all the boxes. I think it's a great pattern. Don't forget, it's only $5 today. Also, the little girls version is $5 today. Find all the links down below. And that's all from me. Have an amazing weekend. Bye.